teams, talking with some of the coaches in general, like a lot of teams are not aiming for placement here. They're just trying to get as many match rewards. So, I mean, of course, one comes with the other, but if your goal is not to be in first place, then you might have a different approach to this final day.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the players are starting to load in onto Sandhawk, but I have to remind you about they're all playing with these fantastic devices. The Sony Xperia 1.4, which is created in collaboration with professional esports players, and Sony's Xperia is the official smartphone partner here of PUBG Mobile. Also need to give a big shout out here to Savvy Gaming Group again. 6 weeks of events, 5 different titles. Couldn't be done without these guys. And for you guys at home, we want to hear your thoughts. Give us fill out a survey here, which actually you can check out over on the Tencent social media. There's also links in chat. Let us know your feedback about the event, about the format, about the teams, maybe about who does the best John Allen impression. Well, I can tell you this. One man who I know does a fantastic John Allen impression is going to be none other than John Allen and Blank here to bring you the first match of the day.
That's right. It's me, John Allen.
I thought, yeah, that's crazy. I thought I was casting with Kalaris for a second there because you do such a good impression of Kalaris doing an impression of John Allen being John Allen.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a skill. It's quite meta, but yeah, we make it work.
Exactly. Remember, send in your John Allen impressions from home. Let us know who can do the best John Allen impression. Yes, you might not be able to get as the deep of the tones as John Allen, but you can certainly try to imitate the Kalaris.
No, there's definitely no way that they can really get that low. I don't think that range is accessible.
All right, Kratos, that's enough of that.
Boy.
This is our final match of the duo show match, so whoever wins this will be going home with a grand prize of $8,000, $4,000 for second, $2,000 for third, and $1,000 for that fourth place. So there's a lot up for grabs here in this final show match of the After Party Showdown, so make sure you're paying attention. We have a couple of teams at the top there. Nigma Galaxy sat with 20, I think it was R8 with 27 points, or Nigma Galaxy, I think Nigma Galaxy with 27 points. You have R8 with 26, and Stalwart sat right at the top with 30 points. Alpha 7, though, 23 points, definitely have a shoe-in at the end of this show match showdown. And I think, if they get that chicken dinner and Stalwart goes out early, who knows what could happen.
You know what DBS stands for this time? The Big Showdown, because we've got all of these teams going for the top spot. As we drop north to south, now can the end of the plane path. Early drop for Damwon Kier on the north side, spreading out across the way. Looks like could be a little bit of argy-bargy in paradise.
Absolutely. S2G, R8 have been fighting over this spot for a long time. It was R8 who came on top the first time. And obviously with R8, you see there, they're in third place, 26 points. They have a chance to overtake Stalwart, but first they have to contend with S2G. So see if they can get that first team elimination of the match. Let's see what they can do. SK-Ton and Prestige. See what they can get done here.
Also a little bit of a hot drop in Painan. Falcons on the south coast. Deadeye's guys on the northeast side of the river. In Painan, at the moment, it's S2G getting the better end of the deal here. Silas able to get the flush on SK-Ton, leaving Prestige high and dry and alone.
All on his lonesome. This actually opens things up just a touch here. 7C sat in 5th place with 19 points. Yes, it's a little bit difficult to get further than 26 on R8, but if you get the right amount of eliminations, get a good placing in this match, and if Scout can bring out some of that Scout magic towards the game where he became the Snake, he was one with the Snake, perhaps he might just be able to get enough points for the team to sit themselves with a prize.
So the highest scoring game so far that we've seen has been an 18-point game from both Stalwart and R8 in the second and fourth rounds, respectively. And so they're going to be looking at that as really a ceiling. At the moment, you were talking about 7C, they're sat 11 points behind Stalwart in 30 points in first place. So it is achievable, right? But it is absolutely a lot to play for, and you need to be fragging out your mind.
Yeah, it is crazy right now because, yes, we played 4 matches, but it's still very doable for some of these teams to overtake. And if you want to make sure that you find out exactly who wins that grand prize at the end of this show match, because there will be no more today, it's all going to be that after party showdown, those match rewards, and who can take home the most money, as well as take home that first place prize just in terms of points alone. Make sure you are watching together with us off the PMWI. over in the in-game esports center with your friends to win yourself some PMWI special sets, which are still available.
And if you want to look fresh while you're playing, of course, there are the gun skins and the outfits for the PMWI. PMWI packages are on sale for a limited time, and you can also win PMWI treasure crates if you play PUBG Mobile during PMWI.
I know I've been playing some PUBG Mobile during PMWI as if 8 games a day was not enough. I go home and I'm dropping right in our angle as well. So I keep it going, and that's what it's all about. But here, right now, we are on Sandhawk, the jungle. Right now, a lot of these teams feeling the humidity as they start to sweat because there is a lot of points still up for grabs. You mentioned this before. 18-point total has been a game that's been achievable, which would sit like practically down one game with 17 points above Stalwart should they go out early. So there are a lot of things that have to happen before teams towards the bottom can ladder up, but there's still a chance for these guys.
Well, I mean, 18 points would see all the way down to 10th place get over Stalwart, right?
Yeah.
If they can get 18 more points than Stalwart in this game. Unfortunately for Rad and Bicatron, not so happy in their current scenario, but there's still time.
Yeah.
And there's still points in the lobby.
Exactly, John. There's still a chance to set the record here.
Ooh.
Additional over the 8 eliminations. So 8 eliminations is already tough as it is. Remember, we are dropping into this match with only 24 players, and already one of them have gone down from R8. We're trying to stick this one out, and why wouldn't you if you're R8? Prestige sends down towards the southwest, past Paradise Resort, to a compound alongside the road just to the east side of Boot Camp. He wants to ensure his survival because you go lower than 4th place, John, you are taking home absolutely nil. So for R8, it's all about survival at this point in time, so we'll check back in with them should they end up going down or should they survive towards the end of the game.
I'm liking the little picture-in-picture there of both of those perspectives as we swap away from the player from S2G. Keeping track of this fight, though. Bicatron, close by, I think. Neither team really making the push into that compound, and in fact, you can see S2G moving kind of away from it in this scenario. Deadeye's guys and Team Falcons haven't jousted too much either. At the moment, no one going down, but that might be about to change as Yusuf spots the player up the top, Powerful, pushes in as well. Joker pops the nade, has the pin going. Powerful has one of his own, looks to put it over the eaves. Nicely placed, but a little too long. One sent back his way, and again, just too far. Yusuf and Powerful looking to heal.
Dipping in and out of the moment as the pitter-patter of footsteps on the roof side just alerts Team Falcons to the presence of the enemy team. Falcons currently landed on the ground, whereas it looks like the Deadeye's guys are taking to those rooftops, though. On top did drop down, so did Joker. So now playing on even footing at the moment. Dabig shotgun in hand, as well as a UMP, highly accurate when it comes to that close range. So very, very nice here where you want to hit that jiggle peak, spam a couple of shots off and then straight back into cover again. On top's even got the M4 on board as well, so a very nice loadout for him.
Powerful crawling around the sidelines here, looking for that off angle. GBZ in hand, but that's a beautiful. What a backboard dunk there coming from on top across the way. Yusuf goes down. Falcons crawling back, looking to get this res. Remember that off-angle reposition I was talking about? That's now going to leave Powerful high and dry, isolated.
This guy paid attention to the basketball explainer yesterday. He knows exactly what he's doing with those lob shots. Now just one remaining, and Powerful tries to jump it around the side, staying as stealthy as possible here. UMP back into full ammo, as well as with the stims fully on board. Yusuf still not down yet, so there is a chance. Nice shots here, doesn't take a lick of damage. Now on top has to send away, try to isolate this 1v1.
Causes the first aid to be stopped, to be slowed in for the challenge, and Falcons fall. Deadeye's guys eliminate them.
Falcons going out with 13 points there, so no money accrued for them in the duo show matches during the after-party showdown, but there is still a lot more action to go here, ladies and gentlemen. We still have to find out exactly who our victor is and who will be taking home that $8,000 to add to their prize pool at the end of all this.
That's a volley and a half. A lot of noise being made by Stalwart. Action popping off the chunk. And Prestige cowering in the corner.
You know, he's going to have to pull out something special here. So close to the top team from the duos. I mean, top and Action. These guys, you know, they go hand in hand. They are a pair, honestly. Two peas in a pod. They make some absolutely wonderful stuff happen during some of their matches. I think the synergy between these guys, you know, that's already hit plus 100 in game. You know that.
Alpha 7 taking on Bigatron. In the meantime, on the hillside, already found one knock early. Clean sweep across the hillside. S2G didn't have a shout in that fight, but now they're across the way. They should have heard that go on. 2 elimination points for Alpha 7. Good news for their push to the top.
Still sitting in 4th place, though. $1,000. But like you say, 2 eliminations, 2 points found. That sends them just a little bit closer to R8. Who currently, like you said, cowering in the corner. Not accruing any points so far. So Alpha 7 taking this one slow and steady. Like the Death said, it could really be Alpha 7 going home with it all in the after party showdown. Not only in the main event, but also in the duo show matches.
DBS and M4 with a suppressor on the back of Prestige. So potential to be a little sneaky snake. What? I'm not sure. Actions.
Fight us!
He's just shooting. He's just going.
Oh, he wants to alert the enemies to them. He's even taking shots over towards his teammate there. You know, practicing his aim. Why not? They've got a fairly central position too. And they know that if they want to hold on to this top spot, you know, it's not a case of just playing slow and steady. Really good off angle from Revo there, and Carrillo set that initial fight up perfectly.
Rod with position towards Stalwart. I mean, there's plenty of noise being made by Stalwart, our top duo currently in the lobby. So people looking their way, and you do need to be worried about your back. That's exactly what Muanir is doing.
The only thing that does concern me about the death pop going on from Stalwart at the moment is the amount of ammo that they're actually expending. I wonder how much they still have left in the tank.
Do you think Action's swapping to just weapons he's finding on the floor?
I think so. It does seem that way. He did have a Thompson before, and now he's back to the M4 and UMP. Again, that's still 45 that he's burning through. A little bit spooky.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just a bit spooky.
Next
circle, just about to come through. Mainland pretty much decided on at this stage, as we do wait for that one to tick through. There's the leaderboard on the left-hand side of your screens right now. You can see not too much shuffling going on, but that gap between Alpha 7 and R8 has closed by 2 points. Only 1 point in it now. That's a fairly hard shift and actually cuts out about 25% of the circle.
Yeah, with the river actually moving through there, it's going to be a little bit tough. Look, there's no teams over on that Northwest Island. We cut that out a long, long time ago. It wasn't likely to head up there, so we ain't got no swimmers this match, which is the good thing. No one getting too wet during this one. And honestly, you wouldn't want to. I mean, you're not going to dry off for a little while. It's only going to make things worse for you. No, come on, guys. Don't go for the heel strat. I want to see some action.
Ooh. Shots up the top of the hill. Looks like down one Kia have found their stride against Rad. And a clean sweep for the Korean squad. The duo, Forrest and Fabian, able to take 2.
Nice stuff found there. 2 eliminations. We said this before. Down one Gaming, you know, they're still not out of that prize pool bracket just yet. There's still opportunity for them. That takes them up to 19 points now. Tied with 7C.
Oh, Sarang spots top. And they see each other. Barrels on the mark. It's top half HP. Popping the bandages. A lot of meds in the back. Smart to use the bandages now. Keep those 4 first aids for later.
Absolutely. Just stim up a little bit. Make it happen. Sarang, though, tapping away over towards Stalwart. Those are the fingertips of giants here with the M4 slamming some bullets into you. Feels just a little bit more hefty than a tap. Scout watching behind himself. You know, he is the scout. He is the snake, so he's very aware that there could be more snakes in the circle. You know, he understands the importance of that.
The serpent.
Yes.
From the Indian region. Proved himself against Stalwart.
That's right.
Game number 1.
Bared his fangs against them. They weren't ready for it.
Plenty venomous. Hamodi into the circle. Lord a little bit lower further out as well, not quite even across the river. The circles won't quite tick hard enough to take Lord down, I don't imagine. You can see they are going to have to keep going because that blue zone will not relent.
Got 6 painkillers, 2 painkillers, 6 energy drinks, 16 first aids. You know exactly what's happening here. I don't think I have to spell it out for you guys at home. I'm sure you're smart enough.
I wonder what Lord has on board. I wonder if Lord has a different set of meds going through or trying to loot up at the back. We'll have to wait and see. Stalwart still playing that Crossroads compound prestige, hiding this whole time.
Yeah, with the DBS as well, so he's ready for anyone that tries to rock up on his shack. He'll defend it to his last breath. And there will be a fiery breath coming out the front of that DBS. S2G, though, their initial skirmish with R8, which they did win out, in fact, and it seems like they're getting better and better at that as the days go on. They took some humility, let's say, yesterday, as R8 just immediately squad wiped them.
With Bigatron and Rod both going down, that's the bottom 2 spots decided. With everybody else still with a shout into this one. Next circle coming on through. Southside Enigma Galaxy have made it into the circle, so they will be playing a little bit more. It centers up towards Stalwart, so it is going to be a challenge. It is going to be on the teams looking to take that top spot to take the initiative here, Blank.
Marshy down towards the southwest, so Enigma Galaxy not likely to make too many bold moves as of yet. And right in front of them, there is a ridgeline, so they're not going to be spotted by any of these teams off towards that north side just yet, and they can get some scouting done. Deadeye's guys, though, making a long wrap around boot camp on the coastal side. They want to stay out of any kind of action for as long as possible, but it might just mean that they end up spotting the guys from Enigma Galaxy.
Hamodi under pressure now across the water, makes it to a tree. Can he get down? Just in time, but the buggy might not be so lucky. If it goes up, it might be able to take the damage needed to get that knock, but Hamodi evacuates the position, gets to the shoreline there, and should be able to heal here.
He's got plenty of meds on board, so, you know, not likely he's going to be too unhappy about that, but he has dropped them all now down to Lord. Yeah, this guy has been typically doing the healing for the rest of the team. Most of the time when they play the squad matches, the Lord's going to be out there for a while. And honestly, I don't blame them. Enigma Galaxy, 27 points. I think it is a bit of a stale thing to do in duos, but you want to make sure you can try and secure those points towards the top, because you know that Stalwart makes a fumble and you get a second place there with those 6 points. That's going to send you above Stalwart. As we head our way into 9 teams remaining, and Stalwart still having a very, very strong position in the circle. I think it's unlikely that they're going to go down early.
7C right next to Hamodi, who did manage to get some of that ground cover. Stalwart can't quite see Hamodi's position, but I tell you, probably can if they do turn their attention that way, is Vampire Esports. You can see Fluketh up the top there, with potential oversight onto Hamodi's position, but the rock he's at right now should obscure that vision. There's a couple of trees as well with their foliage providing sanctuary.
Yeah, this is probably one of the more fun endings here on Sandhawk, honestly, because there is so many compounds available, so many little bits of cover involving just hard cover as well in terms of the rocks and these wider trees as well, so you can play in this area. Still plenty of opportunity for a bit of snaking, but most teams would like to play more of this long-range gameplay with the M4 in hand, 6X, 3Xs, that type of thing. Lord, though, again, just healing it out with the level 3 backpack on board, with the initial stimulant of medical supplies that Hamodi did pass off over to him.
26 first aids. Doesn't even need to dip into them just yet. Still in zone 4. Can push on up. Sarang swapping out, hot swapping between the Kar 98 and one of his other weapons there to just try and pop a shot, playing Peek Me in the southwestern edge of this circle. Lord moving up that little bit further. The circle goes north and cuts out Stalwart's buildings.
Yeah, this is a little bit rough, so they will have to make a jump out. Potentially they're seen on their crossing as well. There is slightly a little bit of their compound available. Top's closer to it. You can see them starting to move there on your map. Hamodi starts to creep his way in. Vampire Esports, though, they've got a long trek ahead of them over on that ridge side. Coming down from the mountain as well is going to make them very visible to a lot of these teams. You can see Ravenclaw's actually already taken a little bit of punishment on his side. But definitely one team at least knows where he is.
No shots for Scout, not just yet. Maybe spotting Flukas on the ridge line, but peeks back in. They should be visible from Vampire Esports' position. But they have to make their choice now. Out the window, Sarang. Smoke being popped by Scout as well, allowing them to get into the buggy, accelerate away with a little bit more cover than they previously had. Vampire making their own moves as well. Looks like they're on a bike. Gonna have to be pretty heads up about where they crash into. They're making that move. Scout not so lucky on that rotation. Sarang in the buggy, across the way, low HP, and right up to the top here. 7C, they have a chance here in this game to jump up towards the money. But with Scout going down, it's only Sarang, and low HP means that Top can pick that one up into the back pocket. That's another point for Stalwart.
So now with 2 eliminations, 32 points now. It's getting a little bit harder to remove them from this game. And though they're right on the edge, S2G currently hold a nice position with a fair bit of cover around them that they can play in a 360-degree angle. And next circle drops right on top of them too.
With Lord healing out in the blue mode, he's taking the fight forwards, but will get knocked by the play zone. Will go down here. No res is available. They are going to play that heal game outside, see how far they can go. They want Stalwart to fall so that they can jump on up. But you have to be worried about Alpha 7 going further.
Honestly, the closer Stalwart gets towards these top 5 teams, the more difficult it becomes for Alpha 7. Luckily for them, obviously the format is changed, so you get less points for that second place now by about 4. And Prestige does see Top.
Ooh.
Has the nade as well, but doesn't want to let his position be known just yet.
Not quite. Smoke for Top to get him a little bit further forwards in these compounds, but I don't think they know that this player is here. Down one Kira under pressure from Deadeye's guys. In come the push down the hill for the squad. Nade could be good here for Prestige. Top seems to have one cooking. It's cooked out the window, but not going to get the damage necessary. Prestige wants the spray instead, but the nade finds it. R8 eliminated. That's the 3rd place team, and Alpha 7 looking good to push up.
Up to 5 eliminations now, 35 total, but it's Revo with an unbelievable spray transfer there, which will take Stalwart out of the game, and this might just be the chance for Alpha 7 now, looking for those 10 points. Down 1 Gaming.
Drop the shot there. Forrest stays alive. Down 1 Kia will be carrying on for now. 3 eliminations, 6 elims now for Alpha 7. 4 teams remain. Lord from Enigma Galaxy still alive as well, but with the elimination difference, that's going to be real close cut. 4 points started this game between Enigma Galaxy and Alpha 7. Their current elimination difference means that Alpha 7 will be ahead.
6 eliminations as well there, taking them to 28 points. They're looking for that window, John. A win and a couple more elimination points will see them set steady, and this is the difference between them and Enigma Galaxy. They came into this match not looking to secure a second. They wanted to take it all home with the 1st place, and now looking to deal with S2G. Nice Molotovs will prevent the pushback from S2G for the time being.
Can Lord get a backstab off here? I don't think he has the time to pop these shots until the first aid supplies run low. Had plenty before, 11 still going. So, still has quite a bit of time here to outlast Down 1 Kia, to try and outlast the other 2 teams with 2 players.
Forrest, though, a lot of bullets in the back pocket there without needing a reload, so can go for an extended fight all on his lonesome. 3 eliminations for them. They can get to a 2nd place. You know, they're going to be able to bump up their money somewhat.
S2G with their last shout into this lobby as well. Not going to be able to jump up too far, but still potential end of the money if things go well for them. Oh, behind the same rock, Silas unleashes a nade, but it doesn't quite get the damage they were looking for. Revo breaks out wide, sprayed down across the gap. No trade-off yet, but in comes Forrest. He shots down Silas on the roof. That's stolen away by Carrillo on the point. Revo's still down, though, and it's a 1v1v1 in the circle. Lord is still out there. Lord could still do something.
This is rough, but he goes down. Doesn't even try to attempt it. Carrillo all by himself now.
Against the DBS, Kelsey sends out wide, gets the flush, but the spray is good for Carrillo. Whop and swap, goes for the spray with the M4, but the shotgun is good. Kelsey takes down Alpha 7. Have they done enough? We'll have to wait and see, but Forrest is still there. 2nd place for Alpha 7, and I think they were just pipped to the post. The nade from Forrest, and Down 1 Kia earn a bunch of points on the game as well. 14 to jump up the tables.
But is it enough, though? That's the real question. Did they make it into the top 4? We'll have to find out shortly, but what an attempt from Alpha 7. Just too little too late, with Kelsey hitting an insane headshot onto Revo as he made the cross. Smart moves overall from Alpha 7, but they just weren't able to eke out at the end. Still, second place, $4,000 in the bag, but it will be Stalwart with their deadly duo, with Top and Action, taking home the $8,000 here in our show match.
Wow, wow, wow. And Alpha 7, to be fair, will still get plenty of money on the game, on this duo's performance. But that's the power of the DBS. Around the side of the rock, it shut down one of the strongest players in our lobby.
It was really rough there, but we're going to head over to the match rankings presented to you by STC.
And Jason Kaplan. Wait, what? We're not even doing the match results, we're doing the overall results. All right, so Stalwart Esports taking themselves the title here of our duo tournament, 37 points, and they get themselves $15,000. Alpha 7 getting extremely close, though, to catching them. If they just held on a little bit longer, if S2G didn't knock down Korea, if they were able to just do things a little bit differently at the end, a little.
I mean, ultimately, I knew that coming into today, I said Stalwart, I'd been stabbed in the heart a little bit from yesterday, but there was no way they were going to have two bad days in a row. They started off with enough, is fair to say here, to get themselves the #1 spot. Alpha 7, though, and actually a few of these teams were hot on their heels towards the very end.
Yeah, actually, Nimmer Galaxy trying to go for the heal strat, Law trying his best, but heal strat in this format, you're not going to get too many placement points from a second place, right? If it was still like the 15.4 chicken dinner rule set, then sure, that strat would have been viable. Here, unfortunately, lack Elims, and lacking Elims is not going to go any further.
And I'm really glad we actually got a chance to check in with him as well, and see how many first aid kits he had, because once we see that, at least here as analysts, we know the kind of timer that he's got against him. And with a circle like that, sometimes those circles can play out quite slow. Not enough time for him to constantly be healing and keep going, but I think he missed one of the heals towards the end.
I think he missed one. He still had 3 at that time, so really he was so close to the circle too. He could have actually got to the road, so that could have been a completely different ending, but still good attempt, and unfortunately a little bit low on the side. BTR, Rad Falcons having a little bit of a tough time to really show up in these duos.
The Rad Falcons,
The Rad
The Biggitron Rad Falcons.
That's right.
The Biggitron Rad Red Falcon. I don't know.
Okay, I
anyway,
no,
I mean, we do have 6 minutes, as you can see on the clock, till we get into the first match of our team's event. But congratulations to Stalwart. You know, again, they didn't get any points, I think, day 2, right? We were talking about 30 points after the first day. Day 2, they got nothing, at least able to stay alive here when it came to the third day.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they got, like, what, 3 eliminations relatively early in that game, right? They were cleared out with Prestige in a really bad spot, but they were holding that trifecta building, and the moment that circle moved away and teams were already at rocks, at trees,